Hello! Hello, everyone. We're just gonna turn this music down a bit here. Bear with me one sec. There we go. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hope those levels are good. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, excuse me. Keep bumping my microphone. There we go. Yeah. So here we are working on page 2 of the first issue of the Domini story. I got my roughs here. I've laid out a couple pages already. So we're just moving right along. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically just get doing some work on page 2 and just try to get at least a good chunk of the pencils done. Not sure exactly how far we'll get today or how long I'll be streaming, but figured, you know what the heck, let's just go for it. Just gotta get start on the straight edge here. We'll just kind of put in these panel borders, get these locked away. Good thing is with this paper, I can use these notches, so I don't have to worry about using a T-square, which is perfect. And then I can do the same here. Cool. And then I'm not going to worry about putting a border on this third panel. So basically the way this is going, we got from the first page, which I have penciled. Actually, let me get that. I'll just have that pulled out to the side here. So here's the first page, all penciled. So basically we got Domini here being hauled into this building by these ne'er-do-well slaver type guys, and we got Elodie right here. She's going to be sneaking in to do something. So this is that next page where we kind of get to see her doing a little sneaking, and then we got to establish that Domini's getting brought into the building, and then we're going to have her sneaking around a little bit more. Then the next page is you're gonna get to see her doing some cool actiony stuff. So yeah. So at this stage, I do try to keep the penciling pretty loose, relatively loose still, because I'm still figuring some things out as we go, and acknowledge some things are going to change. Like, for example, she's got these gauntlets that I want to give her that launch these little spike dagger type thing, these little like needle spike things, and still haven't quite nailed down that design. I have a pretty good idea of where I want to go with it, but still figuring that all out. So I'm just going to give myself little placeholders for it for now, and then we'll figure out another date. Yeah, at another time when I actually nail that, lock in that design, we'll go fix that. So let's see. Gus 1216. Is this your comic or commission piece? This is my comic. If you're not familiar, my name is Tim, otherwise known as Gollum Wolf. This is page 2 of my comic book I'm working on. This is page 1 right here. It's a... I will be inking this eventually, but I'm just trying to get the pencils locked in first. Yeah, it's a barbarian horror fantasy book. I got my main guy here. His name is Domini. He's my barbarian dude. And then this girl right here is my other main protagonist. Her name is Elodie. She's kind of your stealthy rogue assassin type girl. And she is coming in to do something about Domini, is currently being hauled in the slavers' camp, and Elodie needs Domini for something else, for her own purposes, so she's gonna try to get in and help him out for her own gain, only to realize that, maybe Domini is not quite as helpless as he appears. And since she is far away, I'm not gonna get too crazy in the details. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Hope all's good with you. Are you a comic book fan yourself? This panel's relatively simple, just because I just want to... Yes, just art in general. Yeah, same. Me too. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I'm trying to get better about streaming work a bit more regularly. I do a weekly draw stream on Tuesday nights where I'll do like a sketch from beginning to end. Yeah, this week I drew Wolverine. Last week I drew Uncle Iroh. Don't worry, Jake. I won't tell anybody. I promise. Your secret's safe. Yeah, and I've been struggling a little bit with trying to figure out exactly what I want Elodie's, needle spike launching gauntlets to look like, and because I want them to look kind of believable in terms of how they could work. But I think one thing I want to look at is in reality there is historical evidence. There's they call it the glove gun. I think they used it in that movie Inglourious Bastards, but that is actually a real historical weapon that's been used in in the world, and so I thought that's actually a really cool looking. It's kind of a cool design, cool idea. So I think I might try to do something with that. But for now, I'm just trying to get her, just kind of get her roughed in. Get these guys roughed in. I mean, this is going to be a, this is a night scene, so it's not meant to be super bright, but, well, I mean, a lot of that stuff will be determined in the coloring phase, but I do want to get some good line weights. Get some, indications of shadows. Shadow in the neck. For me, the less guesswork I have when I'm inking, the better. And, I gotta give him that giant neck muscle. Sternocleidomastoid. That's the name of that big neck muscle. That's kind of a hero muscle. Let's see. So guys, if you're still here, tell me about yourself. Are you do you do any art? Paw print draws. I'm drawing right now. Awesome. I love that. I love people doing their own stuff. You can, especially while I'm working. It's just kind of a nice internet studio environment. I love that. What are you working on right now? Yes, more with printmaking though. Oh, cool. That's cool. I dabbled a little bit in printmaking in high school, but yeah, I haven't gotten to do a whole lot of that. So that's awesome, man. Learning to draw weapons. Gotcha. Yep, weapons are fun. She's got this kind of half cloak thing that kind of drapes around her shoulders and kind of hangs on her off her back. So I want to give that. Yeah, and because of how small she is on this page, I'm not going to get any detail. I'm not going to get too detailed with her, but I do at least want to get a good silhouette. Yeah, and something about, yeah, that face is very off center, very skewed, so we're going to fix that. You know, I'm just going to shadow that out. Yeah, there we go. Thinking this guy might need some hair or something, but I don't know. I'm kind of liking just leaving this dude bald. Face paint on the bulb. Face paint on the bulb. Yeah, who knows? He's not going to be, I mean, I guess it's not really a spoiler. On the next page, let's just say he's not going to be around a whole lot longer. So it's really not super important. I'm just trying to make him different enough from this guy that you can easily recognize him. don't know, just picture this guy perpetually frowning. This guy's never heard a joke he thought was funny. There we go. Sorry, try not to breathe directly in the microphone. I think we're going to leave that panel where it is for now. We'll probably come back to it. But I'll probably start moving on to this guy. I'll probably just lighten this down a bit. You know, these real roughs I usually do with a blunt 2H pencil. I just like how light it is, and it prevents me from getting into any details, and it just allows me to draw really quick. And then I can come in with my usual pencils and get some work done. So this is my main guy, Domini. He's meant to be huge, so let's go ahead and get him at least blocked in. He's got that dragon's tooth strapped to his chest. He's got this big kind of mammoth fur cloak. What are the characters I'm doing? These are my original characters. So I'm drawing, this is my own comic book. So I'm in a fight. They'll get there. They will be soon in a fight. So I'm doing my own comic book. It's a barbarian action horror fantasy story. It's called The Reluctant Dead. So this is page 1 and this is page 2 I'm working on right here. This is my main barbarian guy. His name is Domini. And then this is the girl you're seeing in the background here. This is Elodie. Basically in this early chapter, or in this early story, she found him. He's currently being restrained and hauled in by the slaver camp. And Elodie is well aware of Domini's legend. Domini is a very well-known, legendary kind of character within that world, and she is a kind of up-and-coming mercenary, a little bit, a little cocky, willing to get ahead, and she's hoping if she can, rescue Domini, she can basically force him to help her with a job, and so she can kind of get quickly famous off of his legend and saying, hey, I worked with him. But Domini, let's just say, he's not as helpless as he appears right now. I don't want to give that away too much, but yeah, that's the gist of it. So these guys here are members of a slavers camp that are bringing Domini in. They're not fans of Domini at the moment, or if they ever were, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still going to be keeping his face in shadow for the most part here because He's going to be, I got a big reveal page for him planned coming up here, where it's going to be a big reveal. So it's meant to be a bit of a mystery, a little bit of a reveal, even though, you know, I've posted his image all over on my socials plenty of times, so it's not really a mystery what he looks like, but, you know. I give him the beard. So this is issue, yeah, this is going to be issue 1. And I'm not sure I'm still figuring out exactly how many issues it's going to be. As of right now, it's probably going to be 3 issues to tell the whole story. That's kind of the tentative plan, but we're still figuring that part out. Yeah, he's going to be a lot in shadow here, so I don't want to get too detailed with him yet, but I definitely want to make sure we see how strong he is, or how big he is, especially compared to these Slaver guys. He's having to kind of like duck a little bit to get into that doorway. And you're just like, geez, this guy's huge. And even that's one of the reasons why these guys are so on edge, is because they're all like, oh man, this could go really bad for us if we're not careful. So we're going to keep a lot of them in silhouette. I do want to get the beard in there. I don't know. We'll leave him for the moment. Something about that's not gelling with me, so we'll leave that for a moment. We'll get back to these guys. So this guy's going to be this dude, and then this guy is supposed to be that dude. So we'll keep the bald guy, and we'll keep the goatee here. So even at this stage, even though I've already done the roughs, I'm keeping this, pretty loose, because I want to keep that energy in the artwork, and I can always tighten it up later, but I'm still kind of, figuring out where exactly I want everything to go, exactly how I want it to look, so a lot of stuff is going to get tightened up as we go. Yeah, so something I'm trying to get better at is not jumping into details too quick. It's something I still struggle with on a regular basis because I just want to, it's easy to get caught up and just go, oh man, I want to just get right to it. But I've just noticed this, for me anyway, the more I rush, the less happy I am with it later. So, make sure you get the placements of everything right first, and then you can, go in with the details once the foundation is set. Let's see. Is that music too loud or too quiet, or should I just turn it off? Fortunately, I can't really tell. Can't really tell on my end, so hopefully it's not obnoxious. I'll tell you what, actually, let's do this. Let's go. That tells us the point is going to be right here. Gripping this like so. Ham that small, so I might widen that. Let's see, I think I'm going to widen that spear a bit. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully this is interesting. Perfect background for drawing. Awesome. Awesome. That's what I'm hoping for. So Paw Print Draws, what kind of weapons are you working on? Painting a mace and gouache right now. Nice. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I've messed around with gouache. I can't seem to quite figure it out. But no, that's awesome. Do you post your stuff anywhere? That's still a little bit too big. Get some stuff out there. Oh, hey, that's cool. Sounds good. Yeah, I love seeing other people's art and what they create, but I definitely get it. You know, you want to make sure it's something that you feel comfortable sharing. So I totally get it. There we go. Yeah, I think that head size works a bit better. And this piece kind of cuts around like so. Yeah, I haven't done any official like turnarounds or anything for my main characters, and this is right here is where it's coming to bite me. Let's see. So this is all going to be fur. This is all going to be fur. So this guy right here is supposed to be this guy right here, so I gotta make sure I keep the same, you know, design for him, or at least make it clear. So we got that. That. He's got his sword. He's really proud of. Him like that. Resting on the sword. And we got the kind of a diamond shape. So, I also want to make sure he's meant to be a little bit of a heavier set guy, so I want to make sure I'll keep that there. And he's also kind of got the little sidewalls, hair, so I'll keep that. And if you don't know, those X's I'm putting there are just for letting me know that this is going to be black. But this has been super chill. Good luck, and your comic looks awesome. Oh, Paul Printross, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming by. I hope all is good. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to stream more often, so I hope to see you again. But thank you very much. Have a good one. Let's see here. Sorry, I keep forgetting to talk. Make sure I keep that bulbous, kind of that rounder, bulbous nose that I gave him. Let's see what about. I love these Tombow erasers, man. They're so good. I don't know if I can honestly say I have more erasers than I do pencils, but I've got to be close. I don't know, there's just something about that face that still feels a little boring to me. Seems like it just needs something here. There we go. He's got a big scar on his forehead. I can give him that here. give him the hair. Give him his big fluffy eyebrows. Yeah, I can deal with that. Okay. Well, I just kind of... Sorry about that, Taylor. I'm going to darken this light just a little bit, so hopefully it's... realize it's kind of blowing out a lot of things here, so hopefully... Let's see. There we go. I think that looks a little better. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I got some really interesting shapes. I don't want it to be too quote unquote realistic. I'm trying to make it so it's a little more stylized. So I'll tell you what, let's try this. So then if I just round the eyes out and do that, and just kind of... Yeah, that works for me. Okay. We'll go with that for now. Ugh, that was almost a sneeze. Couldn't quite get to my B button in time. Sorry about that. There we go. Much better. This guy's been through. This guy's been through it. I think I can do something better with him. We're gonna come back to him. So, since he's that small on the page, we'll just shadow out a bunch. We don't need a whole lot of detail on him. Let's see. Scally Byrne, what's up, bro? How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back. Working on some page stuff today. This is page 2. This is page 1. Working on page 2 of my comic here. Having some fun. How's it all going with you? Saying, oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, see, this is the kind of stuff that I geek out about. I have a lot of fun with this. Sequential pages. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday I did some very loose thumbnails, kind of planning out the next few pages. They may not mean much of anything to anybody, but they do mean to me. I hear ya. Just do it! You sit there feeling like, wait until that moment of like, you know what, I feel like streaming, you might be never doing it. So, pull the plug and just do it. Pull the plug, rip the Band-Aid off, whatever analogy works best for you. Just do it. there you go. Nice. 6 hours. Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, I wish I had more time for video games, but yeah, that's awesome, man. I get Final... Okay, help me out here. Okay, Counter-Strike 2. I get Final Fantasy. Help me out. What is OSU? Sorry, old guy, out of it. What's OSU? Remind me. Oh, it's a rhythm game. Okay, that's not one I'm familiar with then. That's cool, man. That's cool. Brings me back to yeah, rhythm game. It brings me back to the days of like Rock Band and Guitar Hero when those were all the rage. Yeah, I had Rock Band back in the day. I was all about that game. So I play guitar in real life, and so playing guitar in a video game like on those controllers sometimes worked. It was actually a disadvantage to me because I'm just like, look, I can play this song in real life. Interesting. Okay. How so? CS2. I'm assuming that's Counter-Strike 2, right? A lot of practice, dedication. Well, yeah, there you go. Oh, man, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I'm a bit out of practice. I haven't played in way too long, but maybe one of these days. We'll see. Who knows? One of these days. Yeah, you play too? Or do you mean you'll play the Rock Band and I'll play... Yeah, you play guitar too? Yeah, alright. Jam session. We'll have to do it. Well, I remember there was this one game that came out way back in the day. I was in college. It was called Rocksmith. And like the whole point was you plugged in a real guitar and it was supposed to like teach you how to play or whatever. And I remember I got really frustrated with that because, like, for example, you know, I clicked on Crazy Train, and the way they were trying to make me play it was so different from the way I'm used to playing it, and I couldn't do it. It just got so frustrating. It's like, nope, not for me. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm a metalhead myself, so yeah, I loved a lot of that stuff. Well, it's funny. The area I grew up in, it was, you know, classic, you know, 60s, 70s rock. So like your, you know, your Zeppelins, your Hendrix, you know, that kind of stuff. And then on the other side, it was the absolute heaviest stuff you could find. So, which at that time for me was, you know, Pantera, Slipknot, Disturbed, early Linkin Park before they lost all the teenage angst. You know, that kind of stuff. Love all that. There's a one band from Russia, or at least the singers from Russia, called Slaughter to Prevail. They're a more recent band, and I gotta tell you, I've been really digging the stuff that they've been doing. Yeah, their vocalist is insane. Alex the Terrible! He just comes in with that bear growl. It's fun. He does a lot of he's done quite a few covers on YouTube, and oh yeah, good taste. Yeah, they got some good stuff. Wait, are you listening to them right at this very moment? That's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, I'm not listening to them right at this very moment because you know, I've got the whatever this background music is playing, but yeah, I do listen to them quite a bit. I've got them on my I've definitely got them on my gym playlist. My Yep, my workout. Well, the title of the playlist is called Headbangers Therapy. But yeah, I listen to it a lot when I'm working out. Another band I discovered, I need to listen to more of them, but I discovered fairly recently called Bloodywood. Oh, Baba Yaga, yeah. I love Bone Breaker. I mean, Baba Yaga's great too, but yeah, I do love Bone Breaker. That very Slipknot style guitar riff, just I love it. But yeah, Baba Yaga's great. You know, Viking's really good. You know, he comes in with that whole thing, and you're just like, okay, yeah. I don't know Russian, so I have to sound it out phonetically. But Bloodywood is awesome too. Yeah, I've only heard a couple of their songs, but I really liked what I've heard. So I need to, yeah, they're one that's I need to dig into. Yeah, you got them. Another band I really likes, Electric Callboy. I like how they kind of mix. I like how they mix EDM and metal in a way that shouldn't work, but it just does. Hey man, Bloodywood screams, and they're from India. They sound awesome. So, or if you know Will Ramos, like that guy, he looks like an eternal baby face, but he's got one of the nastiest growls. It's all about that vocal fry, that kind of thing. I don't claim to be a master of it, but I find this stuff fun. Yeah, so they're not the norm. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I admit, outside of Bloodywood, I'm not super familiar with other metal bands from India. So, but I do like what those guys do. 108 centimeter. Hey man, rock what you got. Really? Okay. That's interesting. Excuse me. I want to beef this arm up a little bit more. I don't want his arm to be as big as Dominice here. His arms are got to be the huge. I want it to be like, yeah, do not mess with this guy. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've only heard a small handful of their songs, but I really like what they've done. I really like what I've heard. So yeah, all power to them, man. I hope they keep going. But yeah, no, I got to see Slipknot in concert a few years ago. They came around in town with Gojira, and that was a great show. Yeah, I'm trying to decide how much shadow I want to put on this figure. Yeah. Well, to be fair, most mainstream American music is not much better, so I can't really judge. There it is. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. But like I know, whenever I talk to somebody like a fellow music lover, metalhead from outside the U.S., I always feel a compulsion to apologize for Taylor Swift. It's like, we don't all claim her, I promise. No, Corey Taylor will take credit for sure. He's from Iowa, which is like literally 30 minutes away from where I'm living currently. But yeah, Taylor Swift, no, we don't claim her. Good distinction. No, it was funny. Years ago, I was visiting some family out of state, and yeah, I brought my guitar. It was a funeral, so I brought my guitar and played a song for that, and then we ended up at my uncle's house, and all the neighbor kids came over, and next thing you know, I have my acoustic guitar in my lap. I'm doing this impromptu concert for all the neighborhood kids, and yeah, and we were singing all the so this impromptu song, concert. So I'm coming up with, all the songs that I know that would be, something that the kids would like, and so I'm playing, some Zeppelin and some Who and that kind of stuff. And one of them was this adorable little girl. She she couldn't have been more than probably 6 maybe at the time. She had these big old glasses and big old eyes, and she comes up to me and do you know any Taylor Swift? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. And she goes, okay. She goes, do you know any One Direction? And I said, no, I'm sorry. And I was like, I can play some Johnny Cash. And then one of the kids' dads heard that and was like, yeah! So I ended up playing this like super depressing Johnny Cash song. Good times. Let's see. Yeah, if it's like if it's like pop music or anything, I don't know it. Coming Karen. Yeah. I'm not a Karen, so I don't take offense to that. I'm a metalhead comic book artist on the internet. I'm kind of hard to offend. That's right. He's nose to Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a pretty wide taste in music. But just like everybody, you know, you have your go-tos that you pick and choose that really resonate with you. These are like your go-to stuff, but yeah, it's gotcha. All right, no worries, man. I'm probably going to be hanging out for a little while longer, so no worries. thanks, Jake. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited with how this is turning out. Yeah, dude. I've got the script figured out all written out for the first issue, and I know how it's going to end. So I still got to figure out the middle part. But at least this first issue, I think, should be pretty sweet. But thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and my goal in the long term is once I get this book done, I'm hoping I can do some crowdfunding to help get this published. Yeah, filled, but I know there's that stigma with some people, and fair enough, with crowdfunding, where they're like, a lot of people aren't, have been burned by, backing a book that never gets done or whatever. And so I kind of want to just be like, look, this book is done, ready to go. I just need to print it. And so hopefully I can be in that situation by the time my plan is to be in that situation by the time I do that. But, yeah. But it's gonna be fun. Good old-fashioned barbarian fantasy action violence. With some fun horror elements thrown in for good measure. Because why not? Want to look at and want to have you sign and keep it a frame. Hey, works for me. I think that's a good policy to have. I strongly encourage that. Strongly encourage that. That is the classic. That is the classic collector mentality that I fully support. You get your reader, and then you get your one you keep. Keep nice. All for it. All for it. Yeah, and if probably a good time to mention, if anyone's interested in maybe supporting me in the meantime, if you feel so led, I do have a coffee link. It's in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Twitch, it's posted somewhere on there. My bot should be sharing it every so often, but I am offering commissions, and I do have some original art on there. Hey, awesome. Glad to bring people into the world of comics, man. It's such a great medium, and there's so much more to comics than just Marvel and DC. So I love the medium. So I'm happy to hear that. And if you ever need any more recommendations for some good comics, let me know, man. I'm happy to hook you up. Anyway, let's see. Where are we at? Hour and a half. Yeah, especially since Marvel and DC have both been putting out some terrible stuff lately. But there's been some great stuff in the indie sphere, so it's fun. Fun getting to discover that stuff. Hoping to be a part of that. This right here, we'll just call it a cheat. I want her to rest her knee on something, so maybe we can have those little crenellations up here. And all I gotta do is add one up here. Call that good. Oh, we got ourselves a bot. Woot, woot, woot. All right, welcome back, Excalibur. Let's see. Trying to figure out exactly how I want to pursue this. Yeah, I'm probably going to wait to detail her up until I really nail that. Oh, yeah. These pencils are awesome, man. The Graph Gears by Pentel. I have so many dang pencils. But yeah, I've been kind of obsessed with these lately. Yeah, I've got the 0.5 and the 0.3. Big fan of these. Yeah, just make sure they're not a robot. Yeah, confirm. Tell me how many of these pictures contain a bus to confirm you're not a robot. And before you know it, every artist, your opposite hand always ends up full of your other tools. Of course. Let's see. Yeah, Tombow is awesome too. I don't know. I go back and forth. But for a long time, it was almost like a joke with myself. I kept going back and forth between 2H and HB LEDs. I just kept going back and forth between them. I mean, they're both great. I like them both, but yeah, right now I'm just using HBs, and I think just for the sake of simplicity, at least until I change my mind. Again, I think I'm just going to stick with these HB for now. I also got a lot of these lead holder pencil. I like these for doing shading and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've just discovered for the type of line that I like and the type of control I get out of these types of pencils, they work really well for me. So. If you post it, yeah. Do you post it anywhere? I'd love to see it. Yeah, post it somewhere, and you can tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to check it out. Okay, sure. That works. Yeah, I'll check it out. This is a little trick I picked from Ryan Benjamin as far as shading and whatnot. Just use the side of a pencil and just kind of make a shape. And then when you get a shape you're happy with, just kind of line it out. And then you can kind of do your feathering out from that. This is the kind of stuff I like using these types of pencils for, because I really like getting the side of the pencil. And again, these X's here are just telling me this is all going to be solid black. Best of luck to that. Best of luck to you on that, man. No, I don't want that there. Let's see. What's that's going on? Favor that panel. Alrighty, well, I think I have reached that point today, for at least on this page, where I think I'm gonna call it good for now. I've got some other things I gotta take care of today, so we will call it good for there today. But everybody that's come hung out and hang out, I really do appreciate it. For those that aren't familiar, my name is Tim, otherwise known as Gollum Wolf. You can support me at mycoffee.com/GollumWolf, where I have commissions and original art for sale. And otherwise, you can catch me every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, where I draw characters from start to finish. And I will see you all next